D. Lewin, this question came from the 7127-1, so paper 1 of the current specification back in June 2019. So this was one where we were given some figures and asked to do a purchase ledger control account for 5 marks, and then we were given some more figures and asked to do a sales ledger control account also for 5 marks. So let's just have a read through. The following information has been extracted from the books of account of D. Lewin for the month of March 2019. Okay, so we've got cheque payments to credit suppliers taken from the cash book, 26,282. We've got credit purchases of 18,456. We've got discounts received of 200. Purchase ledger balances at the 1st of March, at the start of the month, 46,115, and we've got returns outwards 645. Now, all of those things belong in our purchase ledger control account, so there are no red herrings, no adjustments, no errors to correct. So very straightforward. All we've got to do, I say all, is just remember which side everything goes on. So purchase ledger control account, remember the BAL BD is always on the credit side because these are our trade payables. They're the P in Dear Clip. So remember on the credit side of the double entry mnemonic, it's capital, liabilities, income and payables. So payables, they're obviously trade payables, but if you remember them as a liability, that should also give you a head start. So let's get the balance brought down, and we haven't got these bits of information in the right order. That might be expecting a little bit too much. So 46,115 goes straight in on the credit side. Now anything that makes it bigger is also going to go on the credit side. So credit purchases needs to go in on the credit side. So if you remember, this is the double entry, so we're debiting the purchases account and crediting the purchase ledger control account. We'll also be crediting the individual supplier accounts. That's the actual double entry. Remember, this is just a memorandum account. It sits on top of the double entry just to check the arithmetic's correct. We haven't done any one-sided roux errors. Right, anything that reduces the amount that we owe to the suppliers. So, for example, payments made through the bank account, 26,282 in this case is going to go in on the debit side. So remember, payments from the bank, we credit the bank, we debit the purchase ledger control account. Discounts received go hand in hand with the bank payments, so that would also be found in the cash book, £200 there. And returns outwards, remember returns outwards is a credit account, isn't it, in the nominal or general ledger. So we credit returns outwards and we're going to debit the individual supplier accounts and the purchase ledger control account. So BAL CD then, we haven't got any debit balances to worry about with this one, so the balance carried down will be the balancing figure, and we must always remember to bring the balance down on the 1st of April. So let's make sure we do that. So we think here the credit side is going to be heavier. So if we add 46,115 and 18,456 together, we get 64,571. So we want to make both sides add up to the same. So if I take away the 26,282, the 200 and the 645, that's going to give me a balance of 37,444, carried down at the end of March and brought down on the 1st of April. So very straightforward there. Sales ledger control account. So if our balance is brought down on the credit side for the purchase ledger, it needs to be on the debit side on the sales ledger control account. So balance brought down, we're looking for those sales ledger balances at the start of March, 1st of March, 32,144. We want our credit sales on the debit side because sales is a credit. So we credit the sales account, debit the individual customers, and of course the sales ledger control account. What else do we want here? Paid to customers. So bank payments to the customers, 37,540. Let's get that round the right way. 37540. So we're going to be debiting the bank and crediting the sales ledger control account with this one. Discounts allowed, remember that goes hand in hand. We find those in the cash book. They get their own column. So 435 going in there. And then the last thing we've got to deal with is this dishonoured cheque. So again, that's going to go through the bank account. Dishonoured cheque from the credit customer, £300 in there. So now we can work on the balance carried down. And then while we're at it, make sure we do the BAL BD at the start of the next month. It always tells us to do that. And we're never going to get a mark for this one, but we'll always get a mark for that one. So let's just add up the debit side. 38625, 300, So the debit side adds up to 71069. We want to make both sides add up to the same amount. So let's take away 37540 and the 435, and we get 33094. 33094, and that is literally all there is to it. So provided you know which side everything goes on, so in other words, if you're secure with your double entry, you should have no problems with a straightforward control account. Can't even say it. Straightforward control account question like this one. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much.